stupid line सुनी है कभी movie में that I have enough love for both of us, so you don't need to love me back and all that. That's the crappiest thing I've ever heard. It is the most impractical thing I've ever heard. Yeah, how can you love for two? तुम्हारा body ache, mind ache.
दो जिसम एक
Exactly, you.
Hi, my name is Rajveer.
Hi, my name is Nikhila, and
Welcome to the Zen-G Podcast. Sorry. So as you mentioned toxic empathy and trauma bonding. Could you talk about that?
yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
Like what
first?
is toxic empathy? Okay, first we'll go with toxic empathy. What is it? What are some examples of it that we see?
Okay.
Could you more elaborate on that?
Okay. So toxic empathy, is that empathy जो किसी को grow नहीं करने देती, उल्टा नुकसान कर देती है. Okay. So if you see that if a parent is spoiling their child way too much, saying yes to everything, saying not, so now this child does not know how to deal with a no. When it comes to peers, when it comes to friends, when it comes to colleagues or college mates, they don't know. मेरे को किसी ने ना नहीं बोला, मेरे पापा मेरा ना नहीं बोलता मेरे को, तू क्या मेरे को ना. That attitude,
Yeah.
that is happening because of toxic empathy. So if I'm empathizing for two, then this person does not need to empathize only. है ना? वो stupid line सुनी है कभी movie में that I have enough love for both of us, so you don't need to love me back and all that. That's the crappiest thing I've ever heard. It is the most impractical thing I've ever heard. Yeah, how can you love for two? तुम्हारा body ache, mind ache.
दो जिसम एक
Exactly, you. So what kind of a sucked up relationship is this? Is draining the hell out of you. है ना? तो वो concept ना मुझे नहीं समझ में आता. I believe that एक इंसान का healthy self esteem है, दूसरे इंसान का healthy self esteem है. They both are very happy in their spaces, and they have a co-space as well where they come in, they have a good time, they grow as people, they contribute to each other's success and growth, and whenever required they can also step back into their own zones and be their own person. That makes a lot of sense.
It does, and that's what a relationship between any kind of people. It can be between a parent-child, romantic relationships, friendships, any kind of people. That's how it should be.
है ना?
Right.
And that makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It puts both the people in a healthier mindset also.
है ना? So then when that is there, there is no room for toxic empathy. Because now I'm not staying with the person out of some sort of pity. या कुछ सैडनेस या कुछ प्रॉब्लम है या उसकी वजह से मैं उस इंसान के साथ नहीं हूँ, तरस खा के नहीं हूँ उसके साथ. आई एम विद दैट पर्सन बिकॉज आई वांट टू बी विद दैट पर्सन. राइट? सो इवन इफ आई क्रिएट बाउंड्रीज, आई डोंट फील एनी गिल्ट अराउंड इट. मुझे ऐसे कुछ बुरा नहीं लगता है, या मुझे ऐसे नहीं लगता है कि छी मैंने ये क्या कर दिया, क्या हो गया, इसको तो मैंने हर्ट कर दिया, just because I chose myself or just because I chose to do something for me. Making sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
So I would say that will define empathy from toxic empathy.
Toxic empathy is when you are compensating for the other person's empathy as well. The other person doesn't have to feel empathetic or do anything. You are doing all of that work and you're taking the burden of two people.
Correct, because you're the only one in the relationship. उसको तो पड़ी ही नहीं है.
Fair enough.
Right? And probably that also leads us to the topic that you wanted to talk about, trauma bond.
Yeah, trauma bond.
Okay, so what happens is now there's a lot of toxic empathy. Now I am doing all the work and the other person is like, chill maru. Because I have some sort of guilt towards them, I have some sort of empathy. So then what happens is now even if they're abusing me, okay, I will start understanding why they're abusing me. Now that is the crux of a trauma bond. It's very similar to Stockholm syndrome. Falling in love with your abuser.
Right.
Rajveer,
You are understanding where they are coming from, so you feel empathetic towards them.
Yeah, but they're doing wrong to you.
Yeah.
है ना? It is not making any sense. तो राजवीर यूजुअली ना whenever I'm talking मैं कभी सही गलत में नहीं जाती. आपने नोटिस किया है, I don't believe in judgment. I say this is for me, this is not for me, is what I talk about. But कुछ चीज़ें ना when they go so against the laws of nature, humanity, you know, basic compassion or basic morality, right? When they are deviating so much, no, then at some point आपको गलत को गलत बोलना पड़ता है. Then you can't just keep. So if a person, it's just not okay to physically abuse. एंड आपका गुस्से में हो गया, ये हो गया, चलो ठीक है आपने बात कर ली, चलो ठीक है सामने वाले ने आपको माफ़ कर दिया, एंड ठीक है वो ट्रस्ट बिल्ड होने में टाइम लगेगा. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी पर्सनल थिंग बिटवीन टू पीपल. सम पर्सन विल चूज टू फॉरगिव, some person will not choose to forgive. Okay, so your healing journey, your path, or how you change yourself and what route you take after that is a completely personal decision. A person who forgives also, उसको भी हम जज नहीं कर सकते. जिसने नहीं माफ़ किया है उसे भी हम जज नहीं कर सकते हैं. But if this behavior is going on for a really long time now and it has become a behavior, it's not a one time thing. तो चलो हम लोग अभी कर रहे हैं ये पॉडकास्ट, ये वो कभी हो गया, एंड यू नो समडे आई इन अ ग्रम्पी मूड एंड मैंने आपको ना गुस्से में एक दो चीज़ें बोल दी, एंड यू हैव लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट फॉर मी एंड यू लाइक मैम ऑफ ऑल पीपल यू, आई वाज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग, आई एम रियली फीलिंग बैड, एंड आई कम टू यू, आई से दैट राजवीर ये हुआ था इसके लिए, बट आई एम रियली सॉरी एंड आई अपोलोजाइज टू यू फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माई हार्ट. And then I make it a point, Rajveer, that this never happens again. And बहुत टाइम निकल गया, बहुत साल निकल गए, लेकिन वो चीज़ फिर से कभी नहीं हुई. Now you know that my repentance is genuine. Now you know that this will never happen again. I have earned that safety or that trust in your mind fair and square. है ना? But I am just doing this, and you are like trying to make sense all the time. कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है मुझे नहीं पता, बट हो सकता है मैम को सेशन का स्ट्रेस होगा, हो सकता है मैम को ये होगा. ये बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है ये बिहेवियर, एंड देयर इज़ नो स्टॉपिंग टू इट. एंड नाउ आई एम मेकिंग, यू आर मेकिंग एक्सक्यूजेस कि नहीं यू नो मैम बहुत स्ट्रेस में होंगे, मैम का कुछ हो रहा होगा टेंशन अपने पर्सनल लाइफ में, या जाने देते हैं, एंड यू आर जस्ट now you're just getting used to my substandard behavior and you're making reasons for me only. Now that is something which cannot be tolerated. You know गीता में लिखा है कि ना जुल्म करना पाप है लेकिन जुल्म सहना उससे भी बड़ा पाप है. He is actually probably talking about Krishna is actually probably talking about a trauma bond then. है ना? हो सकता है that you cannot just you know explain to the world or to yourself the side of the abuser. एक अब्यूज़र को हम अब्यूज़र ही बोलेंगे, बिकॉज अगर उसे अब्यूज़र नहीं बोलेंगे तो एक जेन्युइन या एक नॉर्मल या एक अच्छे इंसान की कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं रह जाती. फिर हम सबको एक ही तराजू में तोल रहे हैं. तो आई कैन जस्ट बी एन अब्यूज़र, गेट अवे विद इट बिकॉज nobody is going to judge me. नहीं, it doesn't work like that. Making sense?
Makes a lot of sense. I've been saying this for pure time. Makes a lot of sense, but it does.
है ना?
Trauma bonding. It happens to a lot of people, and they just keep making excuses because they're coming from the other person. The abuser is coming from their that happened to him or her or them, and that's why they are behaving this way. But if it continues, as you said, for over a long period of time, it's wrong. You need to set that boundary.
Correct.
So, thank you guys so much. Do hit us up with a lot more questions so that we can discuss that in later episodes.
And please do like, subscribe, share, comment, and follow us for more such content. And if you have any questions that you want to address you want us to address in our podcast, then do type it in the comment section. Okay, do that, guys.